parched desert sands of ancient Osirian.
Long-forgotten secrets are becoming unearthed
that could threaten the security of the entire region.
Through cursed tombs, undead crypts,
and towering pyramids,
our unlikely band of heroes must rise to the challenge
and find the secrets of
the Mummy's Mask.
Last time on the Mithril Tabletop. The one that's dying is Mkfor.
Where's Habibi?
You see Habibi, and he's being surrounded by these chickens. 20 holy shit points of damage.
Where you just need to let me have a minute with him. Just one. I just need one with my axe.
One.
All right.
Two.
Three.
Wait, what are you guys doing? What are you counting down for? And I will not call you by, what is that name you used? Habibi? That's not even a nickname. That's not a name at all. That's like somebody would say to somebody who's like, you are my beloved, but you, Habibi, he says with air quotes, are not mine.
Well, hello there, lords, ladies, and lizards. Thank you for listening to our podcast, The Mithril Tabletop. My name is Alyssa, but you might know me better as Habibi, the Human Cleric. Now, I know we all missed out on Habibi for a couple of weeks while I was in South Korea, but I have an amazing GM and some awesome friends who were willing to let Habibi have a little bit of the limelight in episode 4. And with that, we got to see a peek behind the curtain at what his home life is actually like. And I know this is probably not going to come back at all. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Maybe it will. But there's still a lot more that's going to be happening. And all of the other companions are going to have some awesome character development too, I'm sure. But if we remember right, I'm pretty sure we left off on a literal cliffhanger in episode 4. So without further ado, let's get into episode 5, Getting Shafted.
What do you want from us? Perfection? You know it's better than that.
mediocrity. Is that what you want? We'll give it to you.
We are just a group of friends who do a podcast for fun. We're like Saitama. Saitama is like, I'm just a hero for fun. That's what we are.
Yeah, One Punch Man.
Definitely.
Erin, how are you our friend? You don't know anything that we reference. Pokemon Zelda, like, I don't know any of these things.
Like, legit, though, because you guys go off on all these tangents all the time, and I'm like,
She has a really good point. She can only keep up with us for so long.
Technically, I'm only everybody else's friends because I was friends with you, and then everybody else I met through. We're friends because of Tyrant's Grass, and that is all.
It's so weird.
How dare you say that is all?
No, well, no, okay. That's not all, but I'm saying like that's how we met technically. Even though like I kind of knew some of you from school, I didn't really know you all. Like,
yeah, that's fair. To be fair as well, I also like. I mean, I never knew Anjela at all until this, obviously. But like even Katie, like I knew about Katie. We hung out a couple times.
You hung out in my college apartment multiple times.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say you were one of my closest friends in college.
Rude.
Oh, rude.
Fair, but
I'm
rude.
sorry.
Fair, but rude.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, like, wait, hold on. Did you have a different understanding of our friendship?
Awkward.
Like, you interview Katie separate, like, hey, so Katie, how do you know Waba? Like, oh, he's one of my best friends. I knew him since college. And like, hey, Waba, how's Katie? He's like, who?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Like I can remember Katie somewhat because she played clarinet in the band.
Yep.
But I didn't associate with clarinet players because they're clarinet.
That's because you were in the percussion.
Oh, I don't associate with
and I was a
clarinet
trumpet player,
players.
so
Trumpet players.
Yeah. Tariq is Tariq is the embodiment of a trumpet player. Like when you think the typical trumpet player,
fair.
Imagine
That
Tariq.
is entirely accurate.
I'm not the average trumpet player. Like that was just faux
No,
pas or whatever.
Anjela
Like,
is.
I don't typically act that way, but seriously, like, trumpet players are like the most arrogant of all players ever.
Oh yeah.
That
oh, yeah.
and tenor
And it always
tenor
amused me.
saxophonist, like not alto, tenor. When they play the tenor, they
Sometimes
think
the
they're better.
alto, but
Sometimes the alto.
usually the tenor. But it always amused me that I don't know if it's like this like in every school, but like for my high school, like there was just this rivalry between the trumpets and the clarinet section. Like me and this trumpet player, like we were pretty good friends, but if they wanted
there
to
was
know
this
like who
divide.
could play louder, like I could play as loud as the trumpet players, which is why they made me use a thicker reed.
I have no musical talent to save my life. Just ask Cody. When we were rooming together in college, he would try to constantly explain to me like all these musical principles, and I'm like, I understand physics better than this. It's like, it's just physics too. You just have the sound waves. I'm like, okay, understanding how sound waves are generated and propagate through the air is not the same as being able to keep a beat. I can't do that.
I think maybe this whole group in general struggles with beat keeping if the pop mic thing is any
That
indication.
is
it's
a very
true.
fair point.
What did you say, Ashley?
Oh, I was just saying I played the flute and I was so bad at it that I got into our good band through pity.
Oh, wait, what? Hey, Alyssa, did you play any musical instruments in high school and or college?
I don't want to talk about it.
All right. I'll just...
That's for when we get our Patreon.
Secret.
That's apparently a little bit too personal.
Now I'm like, okay, what happened?
I'm invested.
Band scarred her, guys.
Alyssa's just a little impatient. She wants to jump right into
And
this
where we
little
last
hole that
left
we have
our
in front
heroes.
of us. We literally left on a cliffhanger, kind of. You guys were
Well,
literally
it
on
wasn't
the
a
edge of
cliff.
like this large cliff.
Yep.
It was a cliff, yeah.
It wasn't a cliff,
All
it
right,
was a
well-
pit.
It wasn't a cliff, it's a hole. All right, well, let's just jump right into it.
No,
We'll
not
start
the pit.
always with MV. No, we're not. Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
Let's jump into the session just
Okay.
now. So, what we're gonna start with MVPs.
Oh my god.
Like we've mentioned before, maybe we haven't. I don't actually
You have
remember.
not.
We didn't actually.
Well, let's talk about what MVPs are. So, what we like to do at our table is, at the end of every session, my players, they send me a private message and they vote for who they think was the most valuable player of that session. Now, they can't vote for themselves, but they can vote for whatever reason. And the reason for this is for two reasons, really. One, it gives a quick recap from their perspectives about what they liked about the session. And two, it helps re-emphasize really badass moments or really funny roleplay they did. It just helps encourage everyone, and it kind of like, I don't want to say forces, but it kind of forces you to think about someone other than your own character. Because I think as tabletop role-playing gamers, we sometimes get hyper-focused on our own character. And we're like, wow, I birthed this person. I am their mommy / daddy. I love this creature, this creation, this creature, this creature. I love this creature creation I made. Shut up. Words are hard. I was good with physics, not English. I love this thing so much. Why doesn't everyone like understand how much I love this person? Which is fine, but at the same time, if you look at other people's characters, you might say, oh wow, that actually, I like that too. And it gives you a good appreciation for everyone else. So for our very first ever MVP, the winner goes to Alyssa.
Yes!
MVP to Habibi for the awesome roleplay and giving us some awesome backstory to his life. Habibi for coming back, rescuing us, and completing our adventure group / family. And then finally, MVP to Habibi. Great job on the role playing and walking away epically from your parents. That was a pretty badass moment. Honorable mentions go to Anjela, Tanhi for really cool roleplay with Habibi and being our new resident chicken murderer. I'm still salty about that. I worked so hard on that. Anyways.
I'm sorry.
Hi, I'm Tanhi.
An
I
honorable
murder
mention.
chickens.
And an honorable mention for Tanhi because she really helps pull a lot of the weight for the group, and it was nice to have her support. Final honorable mention goes to Tariq. for carrying the funniest member of the party.
Oh, I wonder who that one was from.
Yeah, these are supposed to be anonymous votes, but sometimes you can kind of tell who voted for what.
I didn't do that one. I was a chicken murderer.
No,
I know. That one I know.
I'm thinking somebody called himself the funniest character and was carried by Tariq. I wonder who that was, Katie.
There you go, light bulb. So, another benefit of winning MVP is that, Alyssa, you got to start with 2 hero points this session, while everyone else starts with 1.
A measly
Yeah.
one.
When we last left our heroes...
Boo.
Whatever. 1 is still more than a lot of you guys actually use.
One's more
That's
than
true.
So, when we last left our heroes, they had finally made it to the tomb of Akhetepi. This was, of course, after rescuing Habibi from a flock of chickens, but
Swarm.
I mean, the chickens...
It was a swarm of
It
chickens.
was a swarm of chickens.
There you
But
go.
of course, the swarm posed no threat. You guys had a giant badass cat on your side.
Meow.
Nice.
It was so perfect.
I want that clipped, and I want to use it. I want it.
We are in full force today. But you guys made it into the tomb finally, and you came across this gigantic 10-foot wide round stone door, kind of like those, you know, those old paintings of Jesus coming out of the tombs. They always show like a round stone door. That's kind of what I imagine these things, just with more pharasma and less whatever, plain stone. You guys eventually pushed it aside, and you gaze down below and see a long 60-foot long shaft. And just as you guys are looking down, Mkfor goes,
Wait, what was that? I think I hear something outside. I'll be right back.
and he scampers off. And you guys just look at each other and look back at Mkfor, and he's already gone.
Okay, bye, Mkfor.
So you're saying we shouldn't close the door behind him?
Unless you think he can move a 3,600 pound, 5,700 pound stone wheel. Probably not.
Technically, do we even know how to shut it? Because we had to open it using the torches and
Like this.
and everything.
The torches are still lit, so
I mean,
it's
it's
still
easy to do it on
slightly easier.
Foundry.
I know, but can we even shut it from within the room that we're in, when all the lights and stuff are in the other room, without also shutting ourselves out?
Why are we even
Anyways,
asking?
whatever. We've already spent too much time. I don't even know.
We're getting really into the physics of this arbitrary question that is
Anyway,
hypothetical.
into physics.
Waba, would you like to re-describe the room for us since it's been a week?
Sure, let me re-describe it. This small square room is starkly devoid of any markings or adornment. In the center of the chamber's floor, a square shaft drops straight down into darkness. A faint, musty odor rises from the pit, and a single piton has been hammered into the stone floor to the northeast corner of the pit, and a dusty length of rope dangles from the piton into the darkness of the shaft.
It is Piton.
Piton? Alright, I don't
Long
rock
E.
climbing. It's a piton in the northeast corner of the hole.
What
Okay,
is a
so
piton?
Tariq is right by the northeast corner, so he's going to reach down and start pulling the rope up, just to see how long it is and how good a shape it's in, if it's worth it, or should we use our own rope, that kind of thing.
The second you touch the piton and the rope attached to it, immediately the rope disintegrates into your hand.
Okay.
I think it's safe, guys.
Okay.
Good thing we have plenty of other ropes.
You can
Yes.
roll me a crafting check.
Oh, I got this.
Okay.
I'm good at
What about
that.
a survival check?
Sure, roll me a survival check as well. I'll take that. All right, perfect. Keryth and Khepri, you guys are, you may not be an expert in rope, or maybe Keryth, maybe you are, but you know that if rope of this material disintegrated in Keryth's hands like that, or sorry, Tariq's hands like that, it must have been here for hundreds, if not thousands of years. And you remember from seeing the life of Akhetepi outside that this tomb has only been here for about 2,500 years. So this rope has been here for about as long as this tomb has been here.
So it's not that the piton was, like, cursed or something. It's just the rope has been here for a really, really long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the piton is still in there, and it seems to have, like, corroded and rusted into the stone, almost as if it is fused in there, but looking at it, you can clearly see the more old school, like, ancient construction styles.
And the piton is, like, up on the level where we are, right? Because you use it to wrap the rope around to, like, lower yourself down?
Yep.
Okay.
So just to summarize, that means that we basically get the sense that it would be safe to use one of our ropes that we have to tie it to the piton to lower ourselves down into the pit.
You can always try.
Well, hold on.
I hate it when you say that.
I hate it when he says that so much.
So wait, you said that it was like fused into the side. So like, why are we trying to use that? Why not just use the rope and climb down and then fall the remaining amount of feet?
Because the rope disintegrated.
But we
all have rope.
That's what she just asked. She asked if we could use our own rope.
Oh, use your own rope. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to try the rope that disappeared.
But so my understanding is that thing that you're wanting to tie to our rope is like fused into the side. Like, I don't want to spend time trying to get it out when we can just use our rope and climb down.
Oh, I think it's more like
it's a place to attach our. Yeah, it's where we put the rope. What we put the rope.
It's just. It's like a spike we can tie the rope on.
Yeah.
So because there's nothing else to tie it to,
unless someone stays up here.
Yeah, it looks like it's not gonna move. It's gonna be pretty sturdy. Is kind of what I'm. Understanding.
I think that's what Wabo's trying to get at. Like, it probably originally was just staked into the ground, but after like hundreds of years and probably weight being pulled on it, it's now basically like embedded into the stone. But you can still tie something around it.
Okay, but how?
Essentially, we can still use it.
Yeah, and I'm just curious how sturdy that is. Like, do we have sense that it's, like, pretty sturdy? Like, it's not going to move under
like it's going to hold
weight?
our weight.
Yeah.
Okay, well...
there's only one way to find out.
Roll a crafting
I'll go first.
check. Oh.
Does anyone have the catfall feature or anything for softer
probably
landings?
The cat.
I do not.
Hey, don't be racist.
You don't have the
automatically.
catfall feet, Tanhi, but you do have land on your feet. It's an ability that all catfolk have. When you fall, you only take half the normal damage, and you don't land prone.
I can turn into a pest, guys.
Turn into a pest? Tariq says to his sis.
Oh,
Okay.
wait, it's a focus spell, not a cantrip.
Yeah, but you can always refocus.
Okay, let Tanhi go down first, because if, like, something happens, I can land on my feet. Like, let me be the one that goes down first, and I'm also the tankier, one.
This is true. This is true.
Sounds like
and
a great
I can...
plan.
Okay, so Tanhi is
Voice
going...
of reason.
Which is really weird coming from a barbarian.
All right.
Well, you may be a barbarian, but you're actually fairly intelligent for a barbarian.
Yeah, I get it from Habibi.
Tariq's going to take out the rope from his bag, and he's also going to take out his torch since Khepri casted a spell on his staff. He has a free torch. And so he's going to light the torch, and he's going to hand it to Tanhi as he ties the rope around the piton, the spike, whatever.
Wait,
I think it's
Tariq, do you think it would be a better idea, instead of Tanhi going down with fire, to go down with light and we hold the torch?
Yes, that is probably a
Sure.
much safer option.
Well, when you
I
cast the cantrip again, does it go off of my staff?
yes.
Or-
Yes.
Okay, all right. Well, that works.
All right. Tanhi, that's for you. Put it on your axe.
Okay.
I just worry that we're going to burn the rope up and Tanhi's going to be gone.
How do-
Daddy, no!
Well, I mean, in a lot of adventuring movies, they go down on a rope with one hand and hold a torch in their other hand, but
That is a very good point. I did not
I didn't think
of
Tanhi
that.
was so incompetent, but you know,
Oh, no!
better safe than sorry. We don't want her landing and then
I don't
falling
know
on the
if we
torch.
should be trying to figure this out by movie logic, of all things.
Yes, because this is definitely nothing like a movie. Wink, wink.
Anyway, Anyways, Tanhi is going to take hold of the rope and she's going to start, I guess, sliding down, climbing down.
All right, roll me, and wait for it. Roll me a blind athletics check.
Oh no!
I don't like it.
Actually, no. Hold on. Who's tying the rope? Sorry, you roll me a public athletics check. Who's tying the rope to the piton?
Oh, don't do this to me. It was Tariq.
All right, Tariq, you roll me the blind crafting check.
Can I do it instead? Can I do it instead?
How about this? As Tariq's tying it, Keryth goes and like examines his work, and then maybe fixes anything.
So, Keryth, you can roll me a crafting check to aid. Angela, I have a feeling you rolled a 1 or a 20.
Going by the laughter, I think it's probably like a 2.
You said mine has to be blind, so I'm rolling it.
Yes. Keryth,
check my work.
For the aid, I do believe it is an aid. 7 on the die for a 15.
A 15. All right.
It's an aid
so
10.
God damn it.
Oh man.
All right, so Tariq.
Yes.
Kate. A lot of stuff is happening. Let me break this down one by one. So Keryth, you're helping out. You're helping out Tariq. And Tariq's tying the knot, and you're like, no, like this. No, not like that. Whatever. You're aiding him the way you normally do.
Smack him over the head.
And then Tanhi hops on, and she starts climbing down. She like gives it a test tug, like tug. Yep, feels secure. And you start climbing down. Tanhi, what'd you get for your athletics check?
Secure.
So I just want y'all to know that my bonus to athletics is a +8.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I got a total,
Is your total
of
a
10.
9?
No, 10.
10.
I knew you got a 2.
You called it exactly. You thought it was going to be a 2.
I did. I do.
Well.
How far did I fall?
Was it a DC 10?
It was DC 15
Oh.
for both. Actually, hold on.
Keeping us in suspense.
Can I roll a reflex?
What are you
Actually,
gonna grab
hold on.
onto?
You said-
You're in a pit.
I'm sorry, Tanhi. You said you rolled a 10 total?
Yes.
Climbing down is DC 10.
Yeah. I
Oh,
saved
thank
you.
Oh my
God.
gosh.
But
Okay.
it all depends on how well Tariq did. And going off of how Waba was saying it, I don't think he did well.
Okay. So, Tariq,
Yeah.
you tied it securely, and you thought you tied it well, but Keryth was trying to aid you, and it seems to have distracted you more.
Oh no.
You got a critical failure.
Oh no.
Don't turn this on me. It's not my fault.
Yes. Okay, then Tariq he was distracted. That's all. Who knows why he was distracted?
He doesn't
it's
have
unclear.
his
Well,
cheerleader.
okay, this is how it goes. So Tariq was busy tying this knot, and he's like, "Oh, I think I just need to make this one fix." Tanhi tugs at it, and then just descends. He's like, "No, wait!" And then Keryth's like, "Oh man, you forgot to do this." Oh, and they're just
Well,
like,
that's
like I
pretty good.
told you.
They're just like, "Oh my gosh."
And then you have to tuck it in.
Tariq wants to grab the rope as it's like falling, and try to try to keep it from
All right.
just completely dropping.
Oh no.
Roll me a reflex save.
Okay. So he sees it's like essentially like fraying or like the knot's loosening. He's going to quickly reach down or try to grab it, and he gets an 11 on the die for a total of 17.
A 17 is going to be enough. You immediately reach down and you grab it. Tanhi, you feel the rope slack and start to fall, but suddenly there is a tug on the other end and it jerks you. I need you to also roll me a reflex save.
Oh no.
Oh
Tariq's
no.
like, oh my gosh, she's so heavy.
I don't think it's her that's heavy, it's the axe.
12 on the die for a 17.
All right, so you're able to also hold on, which is good because I rolled for how high you fall from, and you would have taken 20 points. Well, I guess half that because you're a cat. You would have taken 10 points of damage.
Fine.
But you guys somehow bumble and fumble your way through climbing a rope, and Tanhi makes it all the way down to the bottom of this little enclosure.
You really shouldn't be surprised.
Okay, so Tanhi's gonna land and she's gonna immediately let the rope go and she's gonna call up. Okay, next person can come down. I don't see anything.
Hold on.
And so but as she says
That's why. Hold
I
on.
was gonna say, as she says that, she's gonna be like looking around.
Perfect, because there's something immediately obvious to you as soon as you look to the west side where you see the doors.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
There are mirrored images of a warrior in a side profile facing inward and carved on an ornate pair of stone doors on the west wall of this square room. The figure is depicted wearing a padded armor with a scarab-shaped shield on the arm facing the viewer, and a raised khopesh, which is like a curved Egyptian sword, held aloft in the other hand. And this is the important part.
Oh no.
A crumpled humanoid body lies directly in front of the doors, and a hint of decay hangs in the air, and a dried stain of blood mars the floor under the body.
Zombie!
Guys? Go a little faster.
Oh no. What do we do? Who goes next?
Tariq is going to hand the rope. I was going to say Tariq was going to hand the rope over to Keryth and say, see if you can do better.
Alright, so let me tie the rope. Let me do it right. You said crafting and blind, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Alright, already on blind.
I'm going to laugh so hard if you
Crafting.
fail this.
I have a +8, and Anjela had a +8, so...
Tanhi is gonna also be prepared, like, because with the light, she's gonna be able to see, like, the rope moving, you know, like, to indicate someone's climbing down, even if she can't see who's climbing down, so she's gonna try to be ready to catch anyone that is falling.
Perfect.
I can see this work so well.
Keryth, you tie the knot, and you're sure you did it right this time.
See, that's how you were supposed to do it, Tariq.
In before, she got a natural 1, and this is the critical failure effect all over again.
Alright, now
One of those might be true.
Alright, Keryth is now going to try climbing down the rope. You said this is athletics, but I don't have to roll
Yes,
it
ma'am.
blind, right?
Nope.
So, I need to catch her.
This is a good start to the session,
Oh,
guys.
I need to catch her. How do I catch her?
That's
Well-
a 6 total with a natural 1 on the die.
Oof.
So, actually, Tanhi, you don't have to... Wait, you said a natural 1?
Yes. For
Oh,
a total
now
of a
it's a fumble.
6.
Do you want to hero point it?
That's so early.
I imagine
No, you
Keryth
know
like
what?
standing on the side and like slipping, and he wasn't ready to go down just yet.
You said it would be like 20 points of damage if I fell, right?
For you, it would be 30.
Oh.
fuck.
Because you're at the
Fine,
top.
I'll hero point it. Damn it.
You don't have to.
What do I need to roll to catch her?
I got a natural 20 this time.
Oh, whatever.
Okay. That's what you don't... This is why we ask for hero points, because...
Natural 20 for a 25.
I don't know why I'm confused. Tariq tries to go down, and then he just slips like, oh, I got it. I'm fine.
Keryth?
And then makes it the rest of the way down.
Keryth is going down.
Keryth is climbing, not Tariq.
He's yelling
What did I say?
Timba.
No, you said Tariq.
You said
Oh,
Tariq.
I meant Keryth.
Who said he's yelling timber?
Now, Keryth, at the very, very bottom, there is a 10-foot gap. Would you like to drop, or would you like to have Tanhi attempt to catch you?
I would like to try and fall into her ever-loving arms.
Oh God. Okay, what do I need to roll?
Tanhi, roll me an athletics check.
Do I do anything?
Self roll
Nope.
or
Yeah, you can just roll it. It's fine.
Keryth closes his eyes as he jumps down into her waiting arms.
oh my God, 7 on the die for a total of 15.
And that is sufficient.
Okay, Tanhi catches Keryth and immediately sets Keryth to the side on his feet and is like immediately looking back up, ready. So Keryth, you're gonna have to be on guard.
While they're figuring things out up there, can I do some... Because now that he's down here, and I'm sure Tanhi, like, told him, like, keep an eye on, like, whatever this is over here, can I do some kind of, like, a perception or knowledge check on the body or whatever?
You can roll me a medicine check to recall knowledge, but let's get everyone else down here first in the meantime. Because you inspecting the body will take about 10 minutes to do, and climbing the rope will probably take a minute or two for each of them. So by the time they all regroup, it'll be fine. Now, I have a question for the people up top.
Yeah.
Because you guys already established that Tariq is going to be the last one down, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
We have the 2 spellcasters left. I assume you
And a
guys
dog.
aren't... That's what I was getting at.
Yep.
No, I assume not super athletic. Now, Khepri, you're automatically trained in athletics because you have to keep up with Ramses. How are you going to get Ramses down there?
Okay.
Well, Khepri and I
I'm
were
going
talking.
to make. We were. Tariq, we got to get Ramses down here, and I think I'm going to try to make a harness.
All right. Well, you seem to be a bit better at crafting than I am, so how about you try to make it, and I will help him down.
All right, sounds good. So, Habibi is gonna go ahead and go down if that's okay with Habibi, and while Khepri's working on making a harness for Ramses with her rope.
Okay, and so, because the rope is only so long, so y'all are eventually gonna have to drop Ramses,
Yep.
and I'll be there to catch him. So.
All right, we'll let Habibi go down first though, while Khepri tries to do her
No.
crafting.
Tariq's gonna turn to Habibi and says, "Do you need help down?" And he's like offering to assist, like helping him onto the rope and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could take any help. Any help would be great.
So I don't really know how to do the aid stuff. Do I just roll in athletics?
I have +5.
If you would roll an athletics check to aid,
Okay.
but Habibi would still be doing most of the heavy lifting.
Well,
Oh, yeah. I rolled a 9.
You just need a 10, but did you get over a 10?
No, I
Total?
total 9. Sorry.
Well,
I can...
Tariq?
I didn't roll that high. I rolled 13. I only had a 5 on the die.
Do you want me to try to
well,
assist?
Isn't the DC for aid 10, or is the DC for aid 15?
The recommended DC is 20. However, for this check, I'm making it 15.
Okay, so I'll reroll.
You got this.
Oh, I guess rerolls are not 20s today. So...
Oh, nice. All right, so same story. Habibi goes down. He's like, "I've never worked out a day in my life. This is for the common folk." and then as like he descends, he sees Tanhi down below. He's like, "Oh, I gotta impress her." Because remember, like you're like halfway down the shaft, you're in darkness, but you can see the light from down below, and you can see her. She's smaller.
light
she's down
in the
below.
darkness.
And at last I
Oh,
see
actually, I should just-
the light.
I actually should describe something about this shaft that slipped my mind until just a very second. The shaft isn't perfectly straight. As you guys go down a little bit, it actually angles out to the side and then back around so that you can't really see up or below very well. It's kind of it's hiding the stuff above and below. You can still hear just as fine, but that's part of why the climb here is so difficult. Remember, without the rope, the DC to climb is 25.
Oh
That would
gosh.
Be,
So
impossible for some of us.
to catch Habibi, I got a 12 on the die for a 20 total.
Also easy. You catch Habibi much more gracefully than even Keryth. Keryth is tall, he's long, he's lanky. It's a little hard and awkward. But Habibi, you've caught him before many times. Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
And
next.
Habibi joins you down below.
All right. So now I'm gonna roll my crafting check to see how well I make this harness for Ramses.
Yup. Blind GM.
I
roll,
got it.
please.
Let's try not to kill the dog.
All right. Well, you've knotted it several times, over and over and over again, ensuring that there would be no way that this breaks loose. You've knotted the knot at least 7 times, and you got a natural 20 on the roll.
Yeah!
Good, because I don't want to
However-
kill Ramses.
That's only
However-
the start.
You've used up about 5 feet of rope in making this harness. So Ramses would have to fall 15 feet,
No,
Okay.
because we're using a
Oh.
different rope. This is my rope.
Yeah, this is a different rope.
which is 50.
Yeah.
But remember, so the shaft is 60 feet long.
No.
So most rope
We're
would-
gonna attach the harness to the rope that's already hanging.
Okay.
Or actually,
That's fine.
Khepri, what I think we ought to do is I'm going to pull this rope up and tie it onto his harness, and I will slowly pull it down, and then you are going to go down the rope, and you're going to detach Ramses, and Tanhi will catch him.
Okay.
So
I should just ride
what,
Ramses
you're kind of like
then.
lowering this like a bucket?
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit on Ramses, and Tariq's gonna
Alright.
lower us both.
Okay, that works too.
Fantastic. Then Tariq, you have to roll the much harder athletics check now.
I swear, both have
You okay
not
with
been
that?
going my way. Can it be public so I know? Please.
Yeah. The only thing that's been private is the crafting check, so you don't know
Okay.
how tight your
Tariq,
knots
I have it.
Well, I don't know if this will be enough. 19?
are. Total?
Yeah. I've not been rolling well. I was 11 on the die.
With a 19, you are just careful enough to lower both Khepri and Ramses. Maybe it slips from your hand for a couple feet, but you grab it real quick and you make sure that it does not fully fall. Khepri and Ramses, with 2 ropes attached to each other, you are able to land to the rest of the way down to the ground, no problem. And you both find yourselves in the shaft room below. Tariq, you're the last one up. You're just gonna jump the way down, right?
I'm gonna...
Take 30 points of damage.
What's the word? Rappel down? Propel?
Yeah!
Rappel down? Rappel down. Okay, so he's going to check that the rope is secure one more time and kind of like, well, Tanhi will get me. And then he's just gonna,
so you hope.
He's like hovering over this pit and he just drops right down. He's going to try his best to rappel down.
I'm just imagining him like looking over his shoulder and then like, oh, okay, here we go. And then zoop.
Well, she said drop down, so Tariq, you...
with the rope in my hand,
you take 30 points.
Just roll the
damage.
athletics check.
I just
y'all
realized
want the
it's going to
worst.
be a bitch getting out of this place.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I rolled a 21.
21, critical success. You get down, no sweat. You know what? This is the easiest part of your job, is you getting yourself down. You have your hands on the rope, and you have your feet against the wall, and just boom, 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 all the way down, no problem.
Tariq,
Keryth,
Tariq, high five.
Nice. I like that. It's almost as
Nice.
if you guys are sitting right next to each other.
Nice sound effect.
Thank you.
Keryth, now that it's been a couple of minutes, I would like to see what you got for your medicine check to recall knowledge.
Fuck. I don't have medicine.
You'll be fine.
Well, Habibi was the second one down, so like I could have been like, hey, keep an eye on that, and then Habibi could also have been investigating.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know medicine.
All right. Well, Habibi, give me a medicine check as well.
Can the rest of us just roll perception checks for the rest of the room?
Yeah, you can roll me perception checks around the room. So you suspect the body is dead. It's definitely a corpse.
Oh my gosh.
But is it going to turn into a zombie?
No, the body in front of the door is mostly skeletal with a thin layer of desiccated tissue. However, you guys are unsuccessful, or perhaps a little more distracted, unfocused.
I think this is when I tell everyone I'm not actually trained in medicine.
What? Still?
I mean,
She's just a resident.
Yet.
That's fair. God dang it, Habibi.
I don't feel as bad now.
Tanhi puts up
I
a
have a
paw
zero.
like for a high five, like, yeah, that's my Habibi.
Well, seeing as no one succeeded on identifying the body, you're like, yep, that's a corpse. I can't really tell how he died, but this guy is definitely
Like
dead.
in anyone check?
In that case, I want to investigate the doors.
Do we have to be trained to check? Do we have to be trained in it?
No, anyone can try to recall knowledge.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll try then. I mean, Tariq's he's
I
read
have
a few
plus
books.
8 to medicine.
He might be able to.
No, you try it.
You're plus 8 to medicine,
Oh, Lord, here
Khepri,
we
and you
go.
didn't say anything.
He said other people, so Khepri's
Oh
just
my
thinking she's
gosh.
untying Ramses.
Khepri, get over here and look at this. What do you think?
I don't know.
Khepri?
Person in the sky. What do I think?
What do I think?
Well, as the de facto person in the sky in the group, I can tell you that Khepri, you are very confident that you can see splintered bones in the legs of this elven man. You can't really tell, but they have like a skull in the shape of
This
like
dude
a
fell.
half elf, maybe a full elf. It's hard to tell because they died decades ago, hundreds of years ago, in fact. But you suspect that recalling that the rope was so short, that the rope was either cut or frayed, and he slipped down most of the shaft, breaking his legs. He crawled from the hole here up to the door, but his bloodied stumps, broken legs prevented him from moving very far. He tried getting past the door and bled out and died.
Guys, this guy, he fell. And I'm happy we have each other because I don't want us to fall. Can I do a crafting check to see if it was cut or frayed?
On the rope disintegrated, so it's too old now. However,
Oh, that was
looking
that
at
rope. Okay.
Yeah, no, not your rope, the other guy's rope. The one that disintegrated in Tariq's hand a long time ago. But in the meantime, while you're examining his body, you actually see that he does still have some stuff on him that might be of use
a
to you
treasure
guys.
chest appeared.
Not a treasure.
It looks like a treasure chest.
I walked over to this body and I go, wow, he's a treasure chest.
You just see the Zelda animation, like just like a spiral of sparkles, woo, 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 and then you just see a
One
chest
person's
appear.
dead
Oh my
body,
gosh.
another person's treasure chest.
Oh, he has a chest.
Okay, what do we need to roll for this unusual alchemical bomb?
Well, you find
Crafting,
two.
probably.
You find 2 pitons on his body as well as a hammer. You assume that's what he used. No rope because it's been used, and he also has 2 unusual alchemical vials on them. Roll me crafting check as recall knowledge.
I got you.
Can I use nature?
Yes, but it'll be harder.
Can we use any kind of magic check?
Same idea. Yes, but it will be harder.
Oh, okay.
Can I use religion?
That is a magic check.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, your magic
Yeah.
checks are Arcana, Nature, and Religion, and Occultism as well.
I was about to say there's definitely a 4th.
I always forget about Occultism because I'm usually not using it.
All right. I don't know how, I don't know why, but Keryth, you failed to identify the alchemist's fire.
Really? What did I get?
However, Tanhi and Habibi did.
Nature, man. Tanhi, high five.
I can only assume that the 2 of them have gotten into some shenanigans in their past.
Oh, you know. I had to get her away from her father.
Him. Her? Oh. That's
He's-
right.
You
Flexible.
firebombed Habibi's dad's house?
Yes, that's
And
why
that's why they don't like her.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it was only the second time that they really found out it was her.
It's the
Oh,
same thing as
gosh.
egging someone's house, right?
No, it's not! It's like throwing a Molotov cocktail in our timeline.
Hey,
It's a potato.
hey, you've met them. They kind of deserve it.
Fair
Oh
point,
my
fair point,
gosh.
honestly. Out of curiosity, though, what did I roll?
10 total.
Which means I got a 2.
Yeah, I know! You got a 2 on the
Because
die!
I have a plus
What-
8 to
What did I
crafting.
roll?
You rolled an 18.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Alright, do we want
yeah,
to take the pitons and the hammer, or
Yes.
only worry
Yeah,
about...
just in case. I don't mind putting them in my bag.
Okay. So, quick question, because I can never remember this. For bombs, anyone can use them, right? You don't have to specifically be trained in them?
I think they might be martial. I don't think they're simple.
It does
Hold
say
on.
martial weapon is one of the traits, which I am trained in martial weapons. Obviously, so is Tanhi.
I mean, I'll take one. You want to take one?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, can we investigate the doors?
Yes.
Carrying over that natural 20 that somebody rolled earlier for perception checks, the doors seem heavily stuck, although they don't seem to be locked. They just need some muscles to push open.
Tariq
Muscles,
and I
that-
had...
Tanhi, these doors have your name on them.
Oh, do they? Okay.
I'll help with one.
I know Tariq
They
and
also
I
have
had
the-
both done detect magic. Did we detect anything when we did that?
No magic.
Okay.
So,
I will say though that you guys, there's still the portrait of the guy, but you guys probably can recognize him as the same face as the person who's on the front of the tomb.
I rolled a, oh my god. I got a total of 17.
17 is sufficient. So both of you lean against the and you open the door to a wide hallway.
Which, both doors are open? Or just one? Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
Oh, there's
Okay,
more
so
doors.
do we notice anything else about these doors? Like, does it depict anything besides the fact that it's the guy from the tomb?
You notice that it depicts Akentepe as a young man. He's clearly in military garb. You get the sense that he was probably some sort of maybe like an officer or a higher ranking military man in life.
Okay.
Habibi wants to see what he can see
Okay.
in the hallway with a perception check.
All right. With a perception check, you actually do notice that this corridor. Let me give you the description of the hallway first. This The walls of this 10-foot wide corridor feature bas-reliefs carved of great battles, armies with spears and shields clashing at the direction of generals, while other leaders direct troops from chariots that are ruthlessly overrunning their enemies. Engraved stone double doors stand at either end of the hallway, and Tanhi, right in front of you is a trigger plate.
Oh.
Tanhi, be careful.
So I have not stepped on the trigger plate.
Nope.
Okay.
I can show you a screenshot. I purposely did not pause the map because I wanted to see who would
she would
step
do it.
where. There's a screenshot of where you are, Tanhi, literally a pixel away from
Oh
the trap.
my gosh.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, yeah, Keryth, there's a trap.
Are we able to just like step over it?
Looking at the pressure plate more closely, you notice that it covers both of these squares over here, and it's 5 foot wide. So it seems to be, if you guys can leap over it, you'll be fine. But it does take the leap action, which all of you guys can do. You can, as long as you have a minimum speed of, I think, 15, you can jump 10 feet.
Without having to roll anything?
Yep. So all of you guys should be able to make it, unless somebody wants to disable the check or the trap.
I guess we should because of Mkfor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, blind crafting check to try and disable it?
No. If you have thieves' tools, who has thieves' tools?
Only Mkfor.
I do not.
Let me look.
Can you do it
I
without
do.
thieves' tools? How do you have thieves'
No,
tools?
you do need thieves' tools to disable a trap.
Everyone looks
So-
at Khepri. Why do you have the thieves' tools?
Listen, we don't need to talk about it, but I have them, so move aside.
Are you sure you want to roll the crafting check?
Oh, I thought it was a
Well,
thievery
Not
check.
a crafting check.
I'm just saying, Tariq has a
Oh.
+8 in thievery. I don't know why I don't have thieves' tools.
I have a +7 as well, so.
I
mean,
had
if
a
you wanna-
What is your
I mean, if
life,
you wanna do
Khepri?
it.
She acts so good.
So, I mean, she's an archaeologist. She likes going into the old places, and sometimes you have to get past the traps. But
I'm an
Khepri, you
archaeologist.
successfully disable this trap. And, like, you just carefully put in, like, some picks, and you carefully lift the pressure plate, getting into the mechanism underneath. You stick one of your, like a nearby pebble or stone, jamming inside the gears, and you quickly test it, and it doesn't trigger, and you're like, yep, it's safe now, good to go.
I just want everyone to know
Oh,
that
thank goodness I
Khepri's
didn't want to have to leap.
Khepri's sitting there, and she's tiny, so she just sits on her, on her booty, her legs all crossed, and she's just working at it. And then once it's done, she goes, tick, tick, tick. Oh, okay. And she stands up, looks at each other, gives everyone a thumbs up, and goes, we're good to go, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks, Khepri.
I love it.
No further explanation.
And
The
we
doors
just
at the-
all stare
the
at
door-
her for a second, like, okay. There's just some hidden things.
May as well just not question it.
The doors at the end of the hallway are similarly jammed. They're not locked, they're just hard to push open.
Oh, okay.
Alright. Oh, so
Natural 20.
I got
Natural 20.
I got a 16 for a 21.
Nice.
Both of you succeed, and you're like,
Yeah.
all right, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Push.
Sparta.
And these
Kick.
doors
1, 2, 3,
open
push.
wide.
Wait, don't
You are
just
now-
run in there. Don't just run in there, guys.
Too
You
late.
just don't know.
Well, let's talk about this this foyer, or I guess as the French say, le foyer. A faded tapestry hangs on a wooden frame on the western wall of this chamber. Faded and delicate, the tapestry depicts the middle-aged man of Akintepi, accompanied by a woman and 2 children. With a small estate in the background, to either side of the tapestry are 2 small pedestals, upon which sit 2 dead, preserved animals. Stone double doors exit the chamber to the north and the south, and of course, the east, from which you guys just came. Each of the portraits, by the way, on this tapestry, they have a cartouche, which is like a enclosed area of hieroglyphics that depict what you can assume are their names, but these are ancient hieroglyphs. So why don't you guys roll me society checks if you would like.
I'm doing the perception check to make sure that there's not another trap.
Look it around. You don't see any traps.
Okay.
You said it was hieroglyphs, right?
Yes.
Would I be able to use Osiriani lore for the lower DC?
Can I
take it.
use undead lore?
Can I use old god
Let
lore?
me check. The hieroglyphs are not undead.
Society though.
Katie, you are not rolling well today.
Are you surprised? It's me.
A little bit. You were rolling pretty good last time.
Does Tariq detect any magic?
Tariq, you are able to read the Ancient Osiriani, although being on fabric, it's much harder than on the stone walls. It's much less preserved. It does read as this being a portrait of Akintepi, his wife, and his 2 children standing in front of their family home. It also it also mentions that the 2 mummified animals on either side on the pedestals are his family pets. They are mummified cats.
Oh.
Interesting choice.
Tanhi, you okay?
Am I okay?
Yeah, they're mummified cats.
Oh my gosh. Tariq kind of just like puts his like hand in his head in his hand, is like, oh man. Khepri, it's not the same.
A little insensitive.
It's not the same, Khepri.
Oh, okay.
Do you think my kinfolk are those cats?
No, but they're cats.
I should also mention that below the portrait, it also goes on to describe that Akintepi's family befell some tragedy, possibly some murder or sickness.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Or a curse.
Tariq leans in. He's like, wait. Looks like they died in mysterious circumstances, possibly an illness, maybe even murder.
That's terrifying.
Anyways, what about this door? They died. Anyways.
Well, yeah, you're in there too. Well, obviously they died.
Yeah.
Also, they're thousands of years old.
Yeah. Specifically, Akintepi died 11 years before the Plague of Madness, if you guys remember me talking about that last session.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so this door?
Oh.
Small staircase leading down, actually.
Okay.
Going down,
okay.
down, baby.
Deeper and deeper into
Oh, there's
the
something
tomb
there.
you
Oh,
go.
wait. Do we want to
stop.
look at the other doors?
Well, we can come back.
Okay, we'll come back. Come on, Ramses, let's go.
So going north, you descend down a short staircase past 2 sets of double doors, 4 doors total, and you find a brightly painted, or perhaps once brightly painted, chariot that sits in the center of this chamber. Beyond the chariot is a large canvas, and it stretches between 2 stone columns to the north. The skins of several animals, antelopes, great cats, and crocodiles, now faded and deteriorated with age, are tacked onto the canvas. So you can see like a pelt of a crocodile, you can see the furs of a giant lion, that sort of stuff. There is a wooden chest that is lacquered with white and trimmed with gold inlay, and it sits to the southeast corner. In each of the other corners of the room is a small stone shield, and it is molded into masonry at about shoulder height. An open hallway leads to the east, and a set of stone double doors leads to the south.
This is beautiful.
What is this?
That's the
The
chariot.
That
chariot.
is the chariot I
That's the
described.
chariot.
Okay,
Keryth
so
failed his crafting check again. What is this two-wheeled device?
so someone needs to look at this tapestry, see if it's
Tariq, as you explore this area casting detect magic, you do indeed detect magic inside this chest.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's
Don't-
the chest.
don't
I
just
thought you
open
were
it.
Talking about like this.
Tariq
Hey,
has been
Khepri.
Tariq
Yes.
has been in a few tombs. He knows not to just randomly open chests.
Well, I was gonna say Khepri is our thieves' tool, apparently. So
Can I poke it?
Can
Do you want to poke it right away?
Can I cast?
poke
Can I
it?
cast? Or can I do an Arcana check to see what kind of magic I think might be coming from this? Tariq is like, he doesn't want his sister opening up something that might be bad. No.
You can try, but without seeing what's inside the chest, the DC will be extremely
Okay.
difficult.
But
You
how
All right,
do we
Khepri, be
see what's
careful. There's
inside the-
something magical in that.
Okay.
can try opening the chest.
Can we do a perception check to see if there's like a trap or something on the chest?
Sure. Roll a perception
Alright,
check.
Let's do that first.
Indeed, the chest is trapped. You can see there is a tiny chain linking the lid of the chest to the back, and as you follow the chain back without touching it, you can see it's attached to some sort of triggering mechanism that is like a spring-loaded poison spine.
Oh my.
All right,
I'm so
Khepri.
happy.
Good call,
Your
Keryth.
turn.
Alrighty, let's see. So,
All right. You look at the spine, you're like, oh, this would have been much harder to disable, if this chest was fresh, but it's been old and withered and deteriorated, and the poison is barely lethal anymore, and you are able, with a bit of finagling, able to pull out the razor-sharp envenomed blade out of the chest, disabling it.
ooh, can I keep that?
I would not recommend it, but sure.
I'll just put it down. Okay. All right.
Is the chest locked after it's been disarmed?
It has not been locked.
Can we go ahead and open it?
Keryth slowly opens it a la Legend of Zelda style.
Yes.
There's liquids!
Erin, you need to play Zelda. Opening the chest, there is a lot of unusual liquids and elixirs within, and you notice that the chest itself is of some value.
Oh.
But it's too bulk. Is the issue there?
I mean, it's only bulky because it's big.
Well, we'll just leave it here and we can get it on our way back.
True.
Yeah, that's true. All right, what kind of rolls do you need for the liquids and the books?
Crafting as always. For the books, you can open them up and they each have ancient hieroglyphs, ancient Osiriani inside. A society check will be needed for that.
All
So
right.
crafting and
You
society.
said crafting for the book for the liquids?
Yes, ma'am.
And then for the books, would you rather society or could I use old gods lore?
Without knowing the contents of the book, society or Osiriani lore
Okay.
would be appropriate, but not old gods lore.
Yes.
I think mine accidentally got rolled twice, maybe.
That's all right.
Just the once.
Oh boy, that's a lot of natural ones.
Oh,
no.
boy, that's not
But
good.
But at least one natural 20. Tariq, you're just the resident Osirianologist. You just can read every hieroglyph you've run across.
He is very book
That's
smart.
my brother.
Looking inside, you can read the two books they have a thin gold-plated metal sheets for pages. So that's what was able to preserve them for so long. The gold-plated books are a brief biography of Akhentempi. It seems he was indeed a general of the Osirian military. The second book lists the descriptions of the various military campaigns specifically that was conducted in the nation of Osirian between the years of 2350 and 2450 AR. So 100 years worth of military history right here in this book. Each book is pretty heavy. I mean, it's made out of solid gold. It's 2 bulk each, but they're worth 30 gold pieces each.
Tariq is just looking at this and he immediately is just absorbed in all this information that he's reading, and he kind of forgets that everybody's kind of waiting for him to tell him what it is. And he's like, guys, this is amazing. It's 100 years worth of military information here. And he's thumbing through this, look at this. And he's trying to show off this stuff. It's right here it says that. And then he's just kind of going through the book and he's nerding out over these books.
Oh, I love
Aw, Tariq, you're such a nerd.
Yeah, I'll own it.
I take it I was one of those natural ones on the crafting check.
it. Indeed you were.
Oh,
Am I able to try again?
Can I take the book?
Actually,
by the way,
hold on. What are the DCs of these potions? Because
potions,
actually,
guys.
well, yeah, they're potions. Well, two of them are potions. One's an elixir. Yeah, you can try again.
I have only a +2, so but I'm gonna give it a shot.
+2 is apparently all you needed because Khepri, you've
Damn
seen...
it!
I know. It is not your night, Keryth. You identify a dark vision elixir. For a single action, you can, after you pull out the potion, you can drink this this dark elixir to give yourself the ability to see in darkness for 10 minutes. And the other 2 potions are healing potions.
Oh, perfect.
Tariq would like to take the books if no one objects.
Go for it.
Just make sure you don't encumber yourself because they're 2 bulk apiece.
I don't have any more healing potions.
then I think that Tanhi should take them.
I mean, I can take one.
I'm not encumbered yet.
So I'll take one, and someone else can take the other one.
I feel like Habibi should have it.
I mean, I have lay on hands and heal spells, so if I go down, it's not gonna do good for anyone else. It's good for someone else to have the healing potions.
Oh, I'll take the healing potion.
Tariq will take.
Okay.
Wait, is there just one healing
that's
potion?
Yeah.
Well,
'cause
Tanhi
I
took
took
one. So
Okay.
there's one left.
Tariq can take the other since he used up his other healing potion. No one wants the dark
What
vision.
about the dark vision elixir?
I already have light.
And I have low light vision, so like I'm okay. Like I know dark vision and like low light are different, but like someone that doesn't even have low light should probably take it.
I mean, I have Tanhi.
Habibi, you're human.
I have Tanhi.
Okay,
Aw.
Tariq will
I
take
don't need
it.
it.
Okay then.
Tariq looks down at the chest. It's like, man, I wish we could take this with us. It's so pretty, but well, we're just gonna have to leave it here.
Just for now.
Well, hold on. Back. I am not encumbered.
Whoa.
I mean, you're a barbarian,
Yeah.
so.
This kind of feels like all those Skyrim adventures where you guys go into like the tombs or the caves. You're like, wow, I want this and this and this. Oh man, I have to throw things out now.
Yep. Okay. Was there anything else of note in the room that we made?
Just the chariot. You guys didn't really inspect the chariot much.
All right, I'm
I
gonna
want to
inspect the
inspect
chariot.
it. What do you want?
Everyone rushes to the chariot all of a sudden.
The chariot!
Yeah, roll me a crafting check.
Oh my god.
It's always the
You're eventually
crafting
gonna
check.
get.
I would
You're-
like to succeed at one. It is my thing. But
Oh, no,
going
he's
off
laughing.
of the laughter, I am guessing that I did not.
Hey, Keryth,
Yeah.
you rolled better.
By 2?
You rolled a lot better.
A 5?
However,
Someone still beat me.
Habibi rolled a natural 20.
Damn it.
Plus 0 in crafting.
I mean, Habibi, you're from the upper class. You guys have had chariot races all the time. Heck, you just had one this morning, or at least witnessed one. This chariot is fairly old and it's fairly damaged. It actually has currently the broken condition. You could fix it. Fixing it would require a repair. Keryth is leaving. It would require a successful crafting check with like repair tools to try and like fix it up a little bit. But then again, if you want to sell it, you have to take it up like through the shaft. How do you take this giant chariot through the shaft? You have to disassemble it, carry it through the ropes, kind of like a harness, like you did with Ramses, all the way up 50 feet up the shaft, and then reassemble it on like the ground above.
Ain't nobody got time for
Something
that.
But then
is
if
meant
you
to be
sell it,
left.
if you're able to sell it, all of this, by the way, has a combined bulk of 8 when disassembled. But if you're able to sell it, this thing is worth 150 gold pieces.
Some things are better left untouched.
And we might be able to find another way out as well. So I say we come back. Also, Keryth does not have repair tools.
How do you not have repair tools?
Well, we didn't explore
Spend my
the
money on better
second-
things.
We didn't explore this other section of the room, guys. Do we need a separate checks for this side of the room?
Yeah, this is a whole different room.
Oh, okay.
There's a table here to the north. It's displaying a 3-dimensional diorama, and it's occupying like most of that side of the wall. As you look at the diorama, it seems to be depicting some sort of ancient war that Akitempi probably led or was part of. You once again see 3 shields, each with a different design, displayed upon a rack against the east wall to the far side over here, while various weapons hang from other racks along the south wall. They're all arrayed around the room, and 5 small chests and clay urns also scattered around this room as well. As you guys are looking closely at this diorama, though,
No.
you're surprised. You're surprised because it seems like all of these little pieces are well put together. They don't seem as deteriorated or covered in dust as the rest of the entire tomb has been.
Oh.
And as you guys look closer and closer, trying to inspect these things, one of them turns to you and just immediately draws its khopesh and starts lunging towards you. Roll for initiative next week.
Oh,
How big are these? All I was thinking was this just like little tiny miniatures, and now I'm just thinking of Night at the Museum when you have all the
Yeah!
Night at the
Yes,
Museum.
exactly.
I can't do a good Owen Wilson, but man, I really wish I could do a good Owen Wilson right about now. These warrior dolls are lunging to attack you. They have their spears and their kopeshes. Do you want to see a picture of them?
Yes.
Hey everyone, hope you enjoyed the episode. If you liked what you heard, then please like, share, or subscribe to the Mithril Tabletop. You can find us on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. Or feel free to email us at themithraltabletop@gmail.com. See you next week. Music and sound effects provided to you by Envato Elements. The Mummy's Mask is copyright 2014. Mummy's Mask images, characters, and artwork are all a trademark of Paizo Incorporated.